Who's first?
You took us through the moment when you hit the 3 in transition to get to 15
yeah, I was kind of frustrated. I missed open 2 or 3 open threes to begin with, and wanted to get myself going. I forgot about the 10 points I needed, and so they called timeout right after, and I heard the announcement. So it was a pretty cool moment. Again, just reflecting on entire, 9.5 years and more to come. So just definitely appreciative of the opportunity, the milestone. Hopefully a lot more to come.
Steph, you kind of touched on it a little briefly right there, but what does it mean to you to eclipse that 15,000 point mark, the 5th Warrior in history, to do so?
I heard the names of 4 guys, 3 of whom were, I think, in the rafters. So just a pretty humbling experience in terms of, again, how long I've been here and all the success that we've had. Obviously recent years and just individual accolades and milestones come out of that. And for us, it's hard to really put it in perspective, to be honest, just in terms of we're still in the moment and still grinding, still in the journey. And eventually, when it's all said and done, hopefully a long time from now, I'll be able to really reflect on what that means and just, again, beyond my wildest imagination. When I was first drafted here, what this could all mean.
Steph, did you feel that there was that once you eclipsed that everyone sort of relaxed a little bit? Because it looked like you guys really kind of.
There was so much pressure to get my tail. You could feel the tension in the locker room before, and it was. We've been in Game 7s before. We've been at home on the road. But I've never felt anything like this. So I'm glad we got through it, we pushed through it, and maybe we put that behind us and just go after the win. So thank my teammates for really, really, pushing me, tonight to get me over the edge, over the hump.
Was this your best team performance since you've been back, do you think?
Yeah, I think in terms of just put together as close to 48 as possible. We had a little slip up in the beginning of the 3rd quarter, but it's kind of been the story of the season in terms of mixing and matching lineups. Guys go out, guys come back, and it's a little revolving door situation. And we really haven't had a consistent stretch with everybody available. And then you think about what DeMarcus might mean down the stretch when he comes back. So we've just tried to. Whoever's available on a given night, figure it out. But as we get deeper and deeper in the season, hopefully we continue to have good health. We'll be able to solidify our rotations and know who's playing with who from majority of the game, and really get some better momentum night after night. So defensively, we were pretty good tonight, though.
Steph, threes are obviously your thing, but what's the art and science of hitting runners? Like threes and transit.
Oh, what do you mean, off the dribble? Like the pull-up threes or like floaters?
Just like
basketball terminology.
Being able to do it like in transition.
So off the dribble threes in transition? I don't know. It's just all balance stuff and rhythm. It's hard to really break it down. Just you got to really have a tight handle for the most part of that transition into your shots there. But to be honest, I've become second nature. You work on it so much, since really thinking about that being a huge part of my game since like my junior year in college. So it's just part of the natural part of my game that I work on. It's just a field thing too.
Steph, how did you enjoy talking to astronaut Scott Kelly, and sort of you take us through a little bit of that and maybe what you took out of the conversation?
He was one of the first people that I saw on social media that last Monday that reached out. His tweet was pretty good in terms of we got respect for me, but we need to talk for me to DM him. And 6 days later, I was able to have a conversation with him. Thought it was cool just to have it on IG Live so that people could really hear the back and forth and the questions and things in terms of perspective around educating our youth and all the good work that's being done in that area, NASA included. So I've never talked to an astronaut before, so that was pretty cool, and that'll hopefully parlay well into going down there in Houston.
Your bench is shooting 10 percentage points better this year than last. Number one in the NBA right now, bench threes, percentage-wise. Do you feel that extra spacing out there that your bench is going to be?
Yeah, a lot of it is how teams are defending us as well. We got to really keep things simple in terms of when we drive, myself, Clay, KD, most of the time there's going to be help, and if we have the right spacing and guys can pick their spots, there's going to be a lot of open looks out there. Our message night in, night out, you're open, shoot the ball. Don't second guess anything. Out there for a reason. Get good shots, so have confidence to take them. As we go through the season, that's going to be huge for us, especially when we get to the playoffs and teams try to play jump defenses and stuff like that, try to slow us down. Everybody's got to be a threat out there. So I think I really started noticing in Milwaukee when we were out there in terms of how many open looks there were, when we were moving the ball, making the easy play. And when that happens, teams start having to make decisions, and then other things open up. So we got some capable shooters. They just got to take them.
Kind of following up on that, when you have a stretch four like Jonas, a legit stretch four, can actually play some five, doing what he does, what does it do for your overall offense? You mentioned some of that just now, but it seems that it's a little different when you have a four that can go out there as opposed to having a 2 or a 3 out there.
That's the way the NBA is going, right? So it's always nice to have that threat. No matter really who you play, defenses are going to switch or pack the paint or whatever. You got to be able to space the floor and have threats out there for sure. We just don't want to overcomplicate things in terms of, we don't really have to hunt for them. They just happen, and again, it's just about having the perspective of keeping it simple. If the guy's open, pass it, keep moving. We obviously know at times we can force feed, our scorers and try to make stuff happen, but throughout the course of the game, it's kind of been our MO for a while now in terms of that ball movement. It just looks a little bit different this year, just the personnel and again the way teams have tried to defend us this year. So I like the looks we're getting. Coach always talks about getting good looks and shooting high percentage, so that's big.
Okay. Great, thanks. We'll have KD and Jonas in here momentarily.